So it is getting very exciting. We have got a lot of things coming up over the next few days, because results day is in 3 days, which it must be very scary for you guys, but also exciting because all of that waiting is finally coming to its end. So should we have a little look at what is coming up over the next few days before results day? So we have got live streams every single evening, so if you don't have anything to do, you can join us and we'll be there with you. We've got people from universities, we've got people from recruitment agencies, so any sort of advice you're needing, we've got it here, and we've got the professionals to give you all the information you're needing. We're also talking probably to a few Year 13 students, just so you can feel not so alone in this whole process. But you know, this isn't the only results week we've got. We've also got results week next week, so make sure if you're a GCSE student, stay tuned then, because we'll have lots more live streams with all the information you'll need about going into A-levels. But we have got a lot of exciting things coming up tonight, like Olivia will be taking over from 9 o'clock, but we've also got a few Year 13 students who are going to be coming in live streaming. So if you have any questions for any Year 13 students that have done their exams and are waiting for their results, pop them in the comments below and we'll make sure to ask them. So we have got one of our students ready and waiting with us. Tonight we have first off been joined with Laura. So Laura, how are you doing?
I'm okay, actually.
Good. Are you feeling nervous about results day then?
I'm very nervous.
Yeah. I feel like that's quite natural, so you shouldn't be too worried. So you're hoping to go on to the University of Northumberland, aren't you?
Northumbria University.
Yeah. And you've got an unconditional offer to do that then?
Geography, yeah.
Yeah. Is that, do you think, made your time of doing your A-levels a little less stressful?
In one way, yes, because obviously there's not as much pressure to pass my A-levels, but then there's a different kind of pressure because I expect you to do well.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of
yeah. And because you're going on to do geography at university, have you felt a bit more pressure on your geography A-level?
In a way, yes, but also I think geography is my best subject, so it's just hoping the other two don't completely pull us down.
Yeah. Did you find that you were sort of almost focusing on geography more when you were doing all of your revision and things then?
A little bit, but also maths was very difficult, so I had to spend a lot of time focusing on that.
Yeah, I saw we've got obviously some videos that you've been doing over the results or the exam period, sorry. Did you find that, because you predicted I think some of the topics that were going to come up in your maths exam, did you find that was helpful at all then?
It was a little bit, but then obviously it's all about applying it in your actual exam, and you can't really practice the questions because it could be anything. So
yeah. What would you say was your sort of most effective method of revising during the whole period of exams?
For my essay subjects, it was definitely writing essay questions out. But then when with maths and stuff, it was just exam questions from the past.
Yeah, definitely. So obviously exam results are coming up in only 3 days' time now. Have you been what have you been doing over the summer? Have you been really nervous the whole time, or not so much?
I've been trying to keep calm, but I'm a very anxious person naturally, so it hasn't been easy. I've been just trying to distract myself, trying not to think too much about it. But as it's got closer, the pressure is kind of building.
Yeah, you're sort of feeling a bit more nervous now then.
Yeah.
Have you had any doubts about your university that you're going to? Because obviously you've got the unconditional offer. Have you had any doubts at all of, oh, maybe I don't want to go to that university?
Not really, because even if they hadn't give us an unconditional, I think I would have went there. My brother went there before me. He just left. He did astrophysics then. He really liked it. So I knew it was a good uni, so I'm happy with my choice.
Yeah. Have you been able to sort of plan things out a little bit more because you've got the security of your place there then?
Kind of, but also I'm one of those people who's am I actually going to go to uni? I still don't know, even though it's right around the corner.
Have you got some other plans sort of in the backup then if you decide you don't want to go?
Honestly, no. I just don't know what I want to do.
Yeah. So have you got anything that you're excited about going for university?
I'm excited to meet new people.
Mm-hmm.
And like obviously everyone who's doing my course likes geography, so it'll be interesting to see people who actually like the subject they're like.
Yeah. So obviously you just mentioned that you may not go to university in the end. Have you got some things that are sort of specifically worrying you, that are putting you off at all?
Not really. I'm worried that like I'll get bored of it because I've got a really short attention span and it's like 3 years of the same thing. Like I'll be able to push through it. I know I will, but I'm also kind of worried that maybe I'll end up like dropping out. I just don't want to be a dropout.
Oh, I don't think it would be too bad, because if you at least enjoy the time, if you do go, then I feel like it would be worth it. So have you got many plans for results day itself then?
No, I'm meeting up with a few of my friends to go in. But other than that, I'll just loiter around town after, I guess.
Yeah, no, that sounds good. So, sort of after results day, is that going to be your time where you're going to decide if you are going to go to university or not? Are you going to wait sort of up until leaving?
Yeah, I'm going to go through all my like geography stuff, see what I've got, just prepare myself, because I will end up going to uni. But yeah, that'll be at that time.
That's cool. So, do you live quite close to the university you're going to be going to?
Yeah, it's just like a 15-minute metro ride.
That's quite good then. You don't have to be worrying about like accommodation or anything.
Thankfully not.
No. So, have you got any sort of final tips for anyone else? Because you said that you were seeming quite nervous, but you seem quite calm. Have you got any tips for anyone who's really, really scared for results day?
Just remember that you've done your best, and like you worrying about it's not going to change your results. And obviously there's clearing, and there's that new UCAS thing. I can't remember the name of it right now.
But adjustment, is it?
Something like that.
Yeah. Where
they're basically, you're going to get into a uni. You're going to be okay. Like even if you don't do as well as you think you're you're expected to.
Yeah, that's cool. So has there been anything that you've sort of really enjoyed doing over the summer?
Nothing really, just getting to relax.
Yeah, after the stressful exam time.
Yeah, I'm such a routine person. It's been quite strange, like not having anything to do.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, it's been really good getting to talk to you, Laura. But we've got some information coming up in a minute. It may be applying to you if you decide you don't want to go to university anymore. The first bit of information we've got coming up is an interview with Alex, and she's going to be talking all about registering for employment.
Finished my A-level exams at the start of this summer.
It's drawing closer.
I am very scared.
What am I going to do? It's fast approaching. Hi, I'm Olivia Greenhalgh and I'm going to be part of MSE's amazing GCSE Results season coverage. Watch me exclusively live on MSE's YouTube and Instagram. I'll be chatting to you guys and having lots of fun as we all wait for results. MSE will be streaming live every day, including Thursday, as we finally open those envelopes. So join me and hundreds of other GCSE students on MSE. We're with you all the way.
Providing you're not holding any offers, from the 5th of July you'll be able to add a clearing choice on track by clicking on the Add Clearing Choice option. Please do remember though to speak to a university or college you're looking to apply to in clearing before adding the choice.
Hi guys, welcome
Welcome back to MSE. I'm Jade, and today I'm going to be speaking to Alex. She is a careers advisor and helps out around at schools. Today we're going to be talking about registering for employment. Hello, Alex.
Hi.
Hi. So for the first question, what happens when students get results and want to look for a job?
So when you've got your results and you're ready to job hunt, it's kind of really up to you what to do next. You don't have to register for unemployment. You can just go off and start job hunting off your own bat. Mm-hmm. But if you choose to, then there's certainly a method that you can go through.
Would you be able to simply sum up the usual process that someone would go through when trying to register for employment?
If you go to the gov.uk website and just put in find a job, then that will take you to the appropriate website. And then you can apply for what they call job seekers allowance. Now, there are all sorts of criteria about whether you're eligible for that, and that will help the application form, which you can do online.
When people are registering, do you need certain documents or permits in order to register for employment?
So they'll want your NI number and some kind of document that proves who you are. So a driver's license, birth certificate or passport, that kind of thing should be fine.
When should people consider registering for employment? Obviously, we spoke about people who have got their results and kind of thinking about it before, but when would you say people should or usually do consider it?
So, like I said, you can't really register until you are actually unemployed. So you would have to be the beginning of September after you've left school. But that's just for the official registration. There is also going and registering with, for example, recruitment agencies or just applying for jobs anyway, and you don't have to wait for any results at all. You can go and do that tomorrow if you want to. Even if you're not eligible for job seekers allowance, it can still be helpful because when you're job hunting, if you can cross every T and dot every I in terms of seeking out opportunities, then that's going to be helpful. But also registering as unemployed may help you down the track.
If someone was just wanting to do work experience as well, would they have to register in the same way?
No, you don't, not at all.
Is it too late for people to register for employment if they're only doing it after results day?
No, not at all, because you can only really register when you're not in employment or education already. So it says that you're actively looking for work.
Is there any help that students can receive from their schools or colleges at this time of year if they know that that's what they're going to be wanting to do?
Okay, so certainly over the summer holidays, most schools and colleges are going to be closed, but once A-level results and then GCSE results come out, then there will be staff around, including there should be your careers advisor. There will also be teachers who will be able to help support you. And even though technically at the end of August you will have left your school or college, they will still be there to help you well into the new term.
So when people are registering, do you need certain documents or permits in order to register for employment?
So they'll want your NI number and some kind of document that proves who you are. So a driver's license, birth certificate or passport, that kind of thing should be fine.
And finally, are there online resources that can help students that are needing to register for employment?
The National Careers Service is a good place to go because not only will they have information about registering, but they'll also have information about job hunting, and you can do a web chat with an advisor to help you get some personalised advice.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for your time, and hopefully for you guys watching, that has been very helpful.
So So hopefully Alex gave you a few tips if you're going to be registering for employment soon. Next up, we're going to be talking to Ben, who's got a few tips on going to university.
Hi guys, welcome back to MSE. Today we're going to be talking about next steps for uni, and I'm delighted to say that I'm joined by Ben, who is the Schools and Colleges Liaison Officer. How are you, Ben?
I'm not too bad, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. If a student has got the grades to go to their firm choice uni but has changed their mind, is there anything that they can do?
Yeah, absolutely. So I guess first things first, there is this misconception about them then sort of dropping their firm choice and going for, say, their insurance choice or one of those other three options. But unfortunately, that's kind of not how UCAS works. So generally what I would suggest students do is go through clearing.
So is it too late for students to cancel their place at university?
I would say not. You know, if students actually go, maybe this isn't for me, maybe I need to defer a year. Deferring for a year is one really good way of starting off that. If they've already got the offer from university and perhaps they've made it their firm choice and they go, actually take a year out to just sort of think about my options, then yeah, I would certainly say they can do that.
Is it also too late for students to change the course they're taking?
No, absolutely not. If they do make those decisions through UCAS and they go, yeah, okay, I've put down my 5 options as, say, computer science, and then they do decide they want to go and do something else later on, clearing is the best route for that.
If students haven't booked accommodation at all yet, where can they seek help to find some?
Going straight to the university sort of accommodation team would be the kind of first place to go, and just see if they've got any sort of university-owned, dedicated accommodation for those students.
Do students have to log into university systems to start things up before they arrive?
Generally, yes. The general sort of enrolment and induction services, and it's getting yourself logged in, it's getting your student card as well. You've got to submit a photo that will generally go on your student card.
So finally, if a student has concerns about moving to university, is there anyone that they can contact for advice?
So I'm going to use DMU as an example. We've got a couple of services and a couple of online conversations that you can have with current students at the university. There's one service that I think is available at other universities as well called UniBuddy, and that allows you to actually speak to current students and find out a bit more about the university.
Brilliant. So I'm sure this has been extremely helpful for all of our MSE viewers. Thank you very much for your time, Ben.
Not a problem. Thank you very much.
So Ben should have given you all of the tips you need if you're going on to university, but next up we're going to be talking to Susie, who's got a little bit of information about how to deal with mental health while you're at university.
Hi guys, welcome back to MSE. Today we're going to be talking about dealing with mental health at university, and I'm also joined by Susie, the founding director of Bright Futures. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you for having me.
Good stuff. Is it normal for students to be scared and not wanting to go to university?
Absolutely. A lot of students will be frightened on results day. They'll be frightened probably the year up to taking that final year of A-levels, thinking, is university right for me? Am I making the right decision? And then have I got the grades to get there? Of course you're going to be nervous, it's totally normal. And I think enjoy the payment. It's hard work that will be paid off. And if university isn't for you, then there are many other options today. So it's not for everybody.
Are there warning signs that students should look for in their peers or anything like that?
I think it always helps to speak to your peers if you can, so people perhaps who are a year ahead of you or 2 years ahead of you, or perhaps people who've even graduated from university, to see what their experience was. Of course everybody's different, but at least it will give you an insight as to what it's really going to be like outside of the glossy brochures.
Yeah, okay. When should students really seek help?
Guidance and support, I think, should be sought throughout, whether it's from your careers teachers at school, your parents, friends, professionals in the community, or even academics at the university. There's no harm in knowing too much, and the more insight you can get, the better.
Okay, cool. Where should students go if they think they need help?
counselling or advice on do I go to university or not is such a personal it's such a personal thing. University, under the Tony Blair era was something that almost everybody was expected to get involved with. But times have changed now, and how you obtain a university education, when you obtain a university education, has totally changed. And actually, I think a lot of people are opting out of a university life because it's just become so expensive, and they've managed to secure a very successful career besides. So it's not for everybody.
Okay, yeah. What should students do if they're feeling concerned about a friend's well-being at university?
Well, I think the rise of mental health has certainly rocketed over the past sort of 5 to 10 years. I was looking at some statistics earlier, and we're fortunate enough to be a member of a UK charity which looks at mental health in the student university community. And so by in 2015-16, 15,000 students had suffered a mental health challenge of some description. In 2006, that was only 3,000 people. And the problem, I think, is rooted in social media. There's a lot of expectation amongst young people that you will conform and you will, of course, be operating at this standard. And of course, everybody's different. And so I think if you are recognising in yourself or a friend, the universities today are incredibly well geared up in the wellbeing space generally. I know it's very high on the UK university agenda, so I'd go and speak to a personal tutor or somebody in student support and just raise it with them, as well as just reaching out to your friend and just saying, do you want to talk about it? Particularly for boys, I think it's much more difficult to have a very open and frank conversation. Whilst there's been a lot of charities set up, like Calm, for example, to help in particular male students, it's much harder. I appreciate it's a mum of a young man that's just graduated from university to get those young men to open up at times when they are going through a rough patch. And we all go through rough patches. So I think instigating a conversation is really, really important. Talking about it is so therapeutic in its own right.
For sure, yeah, for sure. Is it bad to ask lecturers or tutors for advice if students are stressed about coursework?
Absolutely not. That's what they're there for. If you're having a difficult time in meeting deadlines, in completing coursework, if the course isn't what you thought it was going to be, and there's a mismatch between how they described it or what the brochure said and what you're actually getting, absolutely take every opportunity, go and speak to your tutor. And it's really important that you recognise that and you take that action in year one, because it's quite easy to flip your programme to a different one if you want to stay at university for year 2 and 3. But year one is really the year where you want to try to understand, is this for me? And if it's not, what am I going to do about that? And your tutor community are absolutely there for that reason. So yeah, have that conversation.
Okay, yeah. Is there anything students can do to avoid comparing themselves and also their grades to others?
I don't like comparisons per se. I think when you get your exam results on results day, it's a big thing. And I can remember doing it myself. I did it with my parents at home. I got my envelope and packed it up and took it home. I don't think doing it in front of your friends is a good idea, just in case one of your friends is particularly bad. Doing it in a private space and celebrating that moment with your nearest and nearest is really important.
Okay, yeah. Well, I'm sure this has been extremely helpful for our MSE viewers. Thank you very much for your time, Susie.
Not at all. Delighted to help.
Thank you very much.
Hi, it's Jade. I'm still enjoying the summer, but MSE is busy getting ready for its biggest ever results season. There will be daily videos and live streams, and all the latest from A-levels, UCAS and clearing. Our GCSE reaction team will be back as they get their results, and we will be going into the early hours the night before results. So join MSE for results season 2019. We're with you all the way.
Hi guys!
Hi, it's Jade. I'm still enjoying the summer, but MSE is busy getting ready for its biggest ever results season. There will be daily videos and live streams, and all the latest from A-levels, UCAS and clearing. Our GCSE reaction team will be back as they get their results, and we will be going into the early hours the night before results. So join MSE for results season 2019. We're with you all the way.
If you're applying for a place at university or college through clearing and haven't sorted your student finance yet, you need to apply now. The quickest and easiest way to apply is online at www.gov.uk/studentfinance. You might not get all your student finance in time for the start of your course, but we'll try to make sure you get at least some money as close as possible to the start of your course. But the sooner you apply, the better your chances of having it all sorted. If you've already applied for student finance, but your choice of course, university or college has changed, you need to let us know as soon as possible, as it could affect how much you get. You can do this by logging into your account at www.gov.uk/studentfinance.
So hopefully you found Susie had some good information there about how to deal with your mental health at university. But do remember, obviously Olivia is going to be live streaming after us. She's doing the takeover at 9 o'clock. And we've also got a new game coming up a little bit later. So that is something you do not want to miss out on. And we are going to be live streaming, as we are tonight, every other night up until results day, which is only 3 days away now. Ooh, very scary. But we've also got a few Year 13 students on tonight to talk to them, see how they're feeling, because obviously 3 days is not long until results, and they've been waiting the whole summer, which it's forever. I've done it before now, and the waiting game is like probably the worst bit about results. So we talked to Laura just before, who's hoping to go to Northumberland University, but up next we're going to be talking to Hannah, who is hoping.
If you've had your exam results and you met the conditions of your offer, your application status should change in track really soon. If it doesn't, call the university or college that you applied to and they'll be able to do it for you. If you just missed out on the conditions of your offer, it's possible that the university may still be able to offer you a place. Give them a call to discuss whether or not that they can do this. If they can't, ask them to change your application to unsuccessful, and that will place you in clearing. For more information, go to ucas.com/clearing.
If you're applying for a place at university or college through clearing and haven't sorted your student finance yet, you need to apply now. The quickest and easiest way to apply is online at www.gov.uk/studentfinance. You might not get all your student finance in time for the start of your course, but we'll try to make sure you get at least some money as close as possible to the start of your course. But the sooner you apply, the better your chances of having it all sorted. If you've already applied for student finance, but your choice of course, university or college has changed, you need to let us know as soon as possible, as it could affect how much you get. You can do this by logging into your account at www.gov.uk/studentfinance.
So sorry about the issues we had there, but hopefully you can hear us all again now. We have got a new game coming up later, so definitely stay tuned for that, because that is going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited for it. And we've also got Olivia, who's going to be doing her takeover at 9 o'clock. But right now we're joined by Hannah, who is hoping to do engineering at Imperial College London after getting her results. And she did a whopping 4 A-levels. So Hannah, how did you find taking 4 A-levels all at once?
It is hard, but I think my subjects did link a lot, so it helped because there was like a crossover between like physics and chemistry, and obviously maths and further maths. You needed each other to kind of like rhyme.
So it almost, did it sort of make sense for you to do all of those A-levels to help with the degree you're looking at doing then?
Yeah, I think further maths definitely will help me in the first year. It will make it much more easy, and it will be like more revision. Even though they do a recap in the first year of further maths, but it will be easier for me. So almost maths and further maths became one A-level to me in my eyes. And then the physics side obviously is like imperative in engineering, so it was necessary.
Do you have to take physics and maths to get into your course? Like, are they the only subjects you need for that? Or is
I only needed physics and maths, so those were like the main subjects that anyone needs if you want to do engineering at any university. They ask physics and maths. And then chemistry, I liked it, so I just took it from GCSE. And then further maths, I thought, why not more maths? So,
just add a little bit more in just for fun a bit.
Yeah.
So did you find when you were choosing those A-levels, it was sort of because you wanted to do 4 or because you wanted a bit more of a challenge that you did all 4 of them?
I think when I was choosing them, I was thinking about what I wanted to learn, and I think maths on its own was interesting, but further maths I kind of wanted to do like the decision part of it, because at first I wanted to do like computer science or something like that. I went through a little stage of that, and obviously I researched, and decision was like highly recommended. So I thought, okay, maybe further maths will help me like decide whether that's the right pathway for me. And then chemistry, I just took it in case I wanted to change what type of engineering I wanted to do. So sometimes chemistry is quite good to take if you want to do any type of engineering. So I thought I might as well get that side of science like under my grasp and not just the mechanical side.
Sorry, go ahead.
Were you always sure that you wanted to go into engineering? Is that like why you chose those A-levels then?
I think I always knew I wanted to do something to do with physics and maths and like cars and stuff. It took me a while to choose what type of engineering, because there's a lot of crossover between each type of field. So I was looking at like different stuff, like even buildings and stuff like that. So I think I found the engineering that encompasses everything that I would want to do and not limits myself to one. So I think that was good.
Did you find you had a lot of pressure sort of almost just put on yourself for your sort of physics and maths exams then, because they were your degree that you want to do is reliant on those?
Yeah, I think, of course, I wanted to like do well myself, and I think getting those right is important because you're doing a degree that is to do with that subject. So if you're not getting it right, then it's like, is that the right thing for you? So obviously I wanted to learn as much as I can about it to make it easier for university and to see if I actually enjoyed it. But I knew I did from a long time, but yeah.
Did you feel quite comfortable having done your exams going into the summer, sort of waiting for your results then?
Right now?
Yeah, are you feeling nervous, or do you feel like your exams went quite well?
I'm a bit nervous. It's kind of a mix. I'm really unsure about the maths A-level right now because of the Edexcel leak, so that's obviously on my mind a lot because I think it can affect everybody in any way, and you don't really have any information on how it's going to affect us. So obviously that's played on my mind a lot. There were some like good exams, there were some like okay exams. There are some exams I just don't know how they went, just because I don't remember at all. But I think I'm a little bit nervous, but hopefully all goes well. I just have to hope for the best.
Have you got anything sort of planned to try and distract yourself away from sort of like worrying about maths and things like that then?
Yeah, so been working, going out and stuff, so just keeping my mind off it. But sometimes you do get reminded because you get some weird emails from university saying all these stuff about clearing and all of that. It's just annoying, but hopefully it's not too bad.
Sorry to sound like one of the universities, but have you been considering clearing then, or are you sort of just pushing it out of your mind and to go?
No.
Yeah. So you're set on going to Imperial College then?
Yeah, that's my first choice. That's what I want to go into. But so I'm just hoping for that. I don't think I want to think about clearing or anything like that because that will just like make me worry too much. I think if anyone has to face that on the day, then you should face it when you come to it, rather than just worrying about when you don't know anything. You don't even know the grade boundaries yet or anything like that. So there's no point worrying.
No, that's a really good sort of like mentality to have going into it. So what exactly was it that attracted you to the course at Imperial College?
I think the practical side of it, there's a lot of opportunities to actually like carry out what you've been learning about in terms of like theory. So there's a lot of project work. You're amongst other people who are have similar interests to you as well, because the school is like only for engineering and business. So there's going to be a lot of people who share the same interests as me. Also, it's mathematical. It has all the units that I want to learn, basically, if that makes sense. So like design, a little bit of programming, which is necessary, maths, fluid mechanics, and all of that, which I did research before I chose the course. And I knew that I would be interested in that. And then also you get to like choose your units in the third and fourth year. So you can like specialise in like aeronautics or specialise in even nuclear and stuff like that. So I think it gives me a lot of opportunity to choose what type of engineering I kind of want to do in the future and like work on most. And I think that's basically it.
Is the course one of the things you're most excited about for going to university, or are there other aspects that you're looking forward to?
Yeah, I think I'm excited to do something completely that I want to do, because I think I found in A-level sometimes, like chemistry, there was some biology that cropped up and I didn't like biology at all. So I think doing a course that is only what I want to learn and something that I'll be interested in for 4 years, I think it's exciting. And I think there's other aspects of university that I'm excited about. Obviously, the living away and just like meeting new people and stuff like that. But I think it's important to choose a course that you like at the same time, because that'll be the majority of your time and what you're doing. And yeah,
definitely.
Yeah. Do you have any idea of which part of engineering you want to like specialise in your third and fourth years, or is that like something you haven't really thought about?
I haven't considered it that much, but I think I know it's probably going to be like something moving, so like planes or like cars or something like that. But I may enjoy something more in university. That's why I kind of like the course, because they introduce you to like general engineering at the start, and then you get to like choose units that suit you best later on. So I think that's important. I think I'll make my decision more firmly like my 3rd and 4th year.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to sort of go into it quite open-minded. Is there anything that you're kind of concerned about for going to university then?
I don't know. I don't think I know what I'm concerned about. I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably like the cost. Probably like the cost. Probably buy food myself. Cook food myself. And yeah, I think probably be more organised because I'm the only one who has to do things by myself. Because sometimes, like with my parents, obviously help me with certain things, and it'll be more independent. And yeah, I don't know if I'm concerned too much. I think I'll find that in like the first few weeks. I'll find out what I'm concerned about. But yeah.
Yeah. So have you got any like sort of plans that are for results day itself then?
8 o'clock, check UCAS.
Yeah.
I'm not going to look at the grade boundaries. I'm not doing that. And click the screen and then hope for the best.
Yeah. It sounds like you're quite set and ready to go then.
Yeah, I want to know now. Obviously, I want to know, but I'm a bit nervous. But I just want to know now. But I think I'm going to have to wait. But
yeah,
I'm a bit nervous, but I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure it'll be absolutely fine, and hopefully you will get to go do the course that you are looking at doing.
Yeah, thank you.
Cool. Well, we hope you have a great evening, and thank you for talking to us, Hannah.
Yeah, no problem. Bye.
Bye. So Hannah seems very set and sort of ready for her results, doesn't she? She's got it in her mind sort of exactly kind of what she wants to do, which is quite good. But while we were talking to her, we did mention clearing, and I saw someone in the comments was asking what clearing is. So clearing is basically a process where if a student hasn't quite got the results that they were hoping to get, they can phone up some different universities, and they sometimes will lower the grade boundaries so that if you haven't quite got those grades, you can still go to university and you can still do a course that you're wanting to do. And like, a lot of courses do have a lot of places still open in clearing. So I don't feel like people should be worrying that there's not going to be space on any course that they want to do. If they are looking at going to university and really invested in it, that's the perfect opportunity.
So with clearing, do you have to like, because you know when you're applying for unis, you have like a certain ones and you have a number that you can apply to.
Yeah.
When it comes to, if you haven't got into the ones you wanted and you have to go through clearing, can you choose any uni then, or is it just the ones
you have like the whole range again? So you had sort of your 5 that you were looking at initially when you went through UCAS, but at this point you can look at ones you've already sort of applied to and sort of either rejected, or you can look at ones that you haven't even looked at before, because then you may realise that actually there was aspects on that course that are quite good, or even just because you've changed over the months from when you initially applied to university, there may be other aspects that you would like to do more. So I don't know fully if you've decided your course has kind of changed a bit and you don't want to do that one, if you can go through clearing to do that. You'd have to sort of talk to your college about that. But clearing is like I say, so you can go to any university. But there's also the way you can go through adjustment. So if your grades were better than expected, then it's a similar process where you can sort of phone up the universities and sort of explain that you have got these really good results. Is there any way you can get onto a course there? So there's a lot of scope on results day. You're not just kind of stuck to the few university options that you've chosen beforehand, which is good.
I'd heard of clearing before, but I've never heard of that adjustment.
I don't know if it's a new thing, but it is definitely sort of available this year. So people can go in. If you haven't thought about it before, that is a possibility if you maybe over excel in your exams. But yeah. Okay.
I have a question for you. I was thinking this because Hannah was mentioning about cooking for herself and stuff. Yeah. When you first started at uni, did you just make pasta and baked beans, or were you pro chef?
I mean, I kind of cooked at home a little bit, so I was used to cooking a little bit. Pasta is sort of one of my go-tos even now. I'm finished my 2nd year, but it is definitely sort of a solid option because it's quick and it's not too difficult to do. But I have ventured out there a couple of times and done sort of some more wild things. Yeah. I feel like this is quite a professional thing to do as a student, cooking. I'll get the mincemeat and I'll make burgers myself.
Oh really?
And, I feel quite fancy when I do that. It's only a simple food, but because I've made the burgers myself, I feel really fancy.
Yeah.
But I'm not the best cook. Like, I'm okay. But I know other people at uni that are sort of better than me, so sometimes we'll do group cooking and like, I'll be like, oh, you can cook tonight, and I'll make like spaghetti bolognese tomorrow. So there are definitely ways around getting nice food still while you're at university. And as obviously always the chance to come home and then your mum can cook food for you again, which is really nice.
Exactly. I can just imagine myself like sitting there eating bowls and bowls of cereal because
cereal is like a very good option to go for. My friend has always got like 3 boxes of cereal, so she's always got a choice there.
Always.
Toast is another good one. Just all you need is butter and bread. That's it. And you're set, ready to go. And obviously pasta is a solid option there. So what have people been talking about today in the comments? We've got some people, so like Harvey, who we had on yesterday, saying he's stressed for his results for photography. And like Hannah was saying before, try not to worry about your results too much, because at the end of the day, like, you will get to where you want to go.
Yeah.
It may just be a slightly different route to what you were initially thinking. But you definitely need to stay tuned, because we're going to be talking to Kira in a little bit. And she's a year 13 student as well, but she's going on to try and do events management, which is quite different to the other courses that we've been looking at today. And we've also got a brand new game. So we won't tell you what it is yet. You take a few guesses if you want in the comments. Let us know what game you think it is that we've got. But it is a very exciting game, and I'm very excited to play it. And also, we've got Olivia, who's going to be doing a takeover at 9 o'clock. And if you want another live stream, we've got another one tomorrow night. And what day is it? It's Monday. We've got another one on Wednesday as well, and on Thursday morning while people are collecting their results, which is very exciting.
It's a lot.
We will be up bright and early at 6:30 on Thursday morning. So we can be there. You can be with us while you're refreshing your UCAS or going into school and getting your exam results and everything. We're there to help you through that difficult time.
Oh, someone thinks it's Pictionary.
Pictionary. I feel like that would be quite a good game, but I'm not very good at drawing, so I don't know how well that would go down.
Oh, that actually would be quite good.
Yeah, because we'd draw it and then they'd have to write in the comments. Maybe we'll play Pictionary. Is that the game we're playing tonight?
I don't know.
I think that's a good one. Even if we don't play it tonight, I'm going to keep it in mind. Emily's saying that she thinks that it might be a bit of a Kahoot. Have you ever played Kahoot?
Have I ever played Kahoot? Yes, I have.
Well, it's just because I'd heard someone say they hadn't ever heard of Kahoot.
Really?
So, I explained it to them.
I don't know.
But yeah, Kahoot is like a solid game.
It is. Do you do it at uni as well, or is that just like kind of...
I haven't played Kahoot. I don't know if people at uni... I presume they would, the people at uni know about it, but we've never played it. We don't just sort of like in a lecture get Kahoot out, which is kind of a bit disappointing. Yeah. But I'm sure lecturers, all of mine anyway, seem really nice.
You should suggest it.
I'll suggest it when I go back. How can we sort of like learn about cameras in a different way? Kahoot. Guess the song. We're having a lot of people talking about Kahoot now. Mick Potter has never played Kahoot. Right, Mick. We're here to enlighten you.
But he knows what it is.
Oh, you know what it is? I thought he said he didn't know. I need to...
Hang on, you need to go to your teacher and tell them Kahoot, because it is honestly... And I think it's actually quite good at like recapping knowledge at the end of the topic or anything.
A lot in... We did it when I was doing my A-levels. We did it in psychology a lot, and I found it was really useful because it was fun, but it also sort of got us to practice our knowledge on like case studies and things like that we were studying. So it was a fun way to sort of get the revision in. I think that's one of my sort of best tips that I found from revision, was to try and make games out of it.
Alright.
So like when we were doing like theatre revision and things, we would go through the play and find these specific things, and we'd make games. So for one bit we had to draw a set, and we'd have races over who could draw their set the best and the quickest.
Alright.
So like if you can make revision fun, it is possible, and Kahoot may be that way. So someone's saying that they made their teacher play a Kahoot game on memes because they told them it was educational.
Very educational.
Definitely. Has anyone got any more guesses as to what game you think we're going to be playing later tonight? We'll give you one clue. It's similar to another game we've played. We played the game yesterday that it's similar to.
Recently played.
So it's not a game we did play yesterday because it is a new one, but it's similar to it. So let us know if you think you know what it is. Charades. Someone thinks it's charades. Are you any good at charades?
The problem with charades is you've got to play it with like a group of people like my theatre friends or something, because then we'll
Yeah.
all like know the same things. But
Yeah,
with
you
some
have sort of like the
things-
same mind to be able to.
Have you ever played the hat game?
I don't think so.
It's
What's
a
the
really
hat
good game. So you get like a hat, and you each, like in your friendship group, you each put three names of like a famous person or like a cartoon character, so someone that everyone would know, into this hat. And then you split into 2 teams, and on the first round you have to describe the person without like using their name, and you do it in time settings so that like you can only, and you win points, and then you do it all again once you know all the characters now, but you can only do it in 3 words in the second round.
Oh, okay.
And then the third round is you can only like act out things, but it's like it gets really funny because you see what it like, even though you know the characters that are in
exactly
there, like it just gets really warped and strange.
I can imagine that would get very
Yeah.
interesting.
It's a good game.
It would be a bit difficult to play with all of the people on MSE.
Yeah, you
but
could not play that, but
no,
it's a good idea
we could try.
if you want to by yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, naming logos. I used to have like so many of those apps. Like,
yeah, the logo quizzes.
I was never any good at them though.
I'm not the best at the logo quizzes, but
yeah, I did like the easy rounds, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so good.
And then you like go and get a new one to
Yeah.
get the easy rounds again.
No.
Yeah.
Woohoo.
So if anyone has got any questions about sort of university, or sort of like A-levels or A-level results or anything like that, we have still got Kira who's coming on in a little bit, so we'll be able to ask her any questions. If you want to know what she's planning on studying, she's planning on studying events management at Bournemouth University. So if you have any questions for Kira, make sure to comment them down below, and we will be sure to ask her when she comes on in a little bit later. And also if you're wanting to see Olivia, put some comments in there, because Olivia's going to be on after this, which is exciting.
Yeah. When's she on until? 9 until?
9 until 10.
Until
So she's here for an
For
hour. Yep. Very exciting stuff. Guess the Flag is a very good game that we could play as well. We sort of played that yesterday, although not.
The
we
flag.
did it in like the
The
inverted
country.
way. Guess the face and match the flag with it. Harvey says, he's saying it again, when you go to university and you do a dissertation, can you do it on anything? I know the answer to this one. So when you go to uni, you have a dissertation for your subject that you're in. So you can do it on anything in the terms of, as long as it's contained within your subject area, then you can do it on anything. So say you're doing geography, and you're thinking, oh, I want to maybe do it on the mountains, or I don't know a lot about geography, so I don't know why I chose that as an example. You want to do it maybe on the mountains or the rivers, like you can do it on anything within that topic. I think most dissertations need to be a question, so as long as you can find a question about the topic you're wanting to do a dissertation on, then you're absolutely fine and set to go. Because I think one of the main parts of a dissertation is the fact that you can sort of make it your own.
Okay.
I think a lot of university courses you can make the modules your own, but that one is the one that is sort of free. You have free will of what you're doing with it, which is really cool.
So it's kind of like a bigger EPQ.
That's what I'd compare it to, because I'd say if you don't know what the EPQ is, it's like an extended project qualification. So you do a long essay, which when I was doing mine, they compared it to being a short dissertation. And universities really like it if you do EPQ, because it is like a mini dissertation, and it's showing that you can do like university standard work. So if you're sort of concerned about doing your dissertation, maybe sort of doing an EPQ alongside your A-levels would be something that would be really good to consider doing, because then it's sort of setting you up for the future, which is good.
Yeah.
And even if you don't want to go to university, if you're looking at going into say like employment after like college, it's still good to do EPQ, because I found that you can do it on, like I did, I sort of made a video for mine because I'm sort of quite media based. So you can do that on anything, and it's a way you can just sort of dive into a topic that you're really interested in a little bit more, and you get a qualification out of it. So
yeah,
there's nothing to lose really.
I started doing one, and then I realised that I didn't need it for my uni course, so I was like,
what were you going to do yours on?
I was going to do a performance of songs from musical theatre where like women defy expectations, and then because like some of my friends are doing it because it the unis that they want to go to will lower their grades if they have a good EPQ.
Yeah.
But then for my unis, I don't need any grades to get into them at all.
Okay,
so I was like, I already do a lot outside of school, so I was like, no.
Give yourself a little bit of a break in there then. Where's Merlin here? Merlin will definitely appear when the games come out. But do you know what? I think we should try and, if you were in the games yesterday, we had a fair few people who were kind of reoccurring. If you were trying to sort of win yesterday, see if we can beat those people. See if we can top them and get a few new names up to be in with the chance. Because we've got the wheel again. So maybe it'll be your chance to be on the wheel tonight with our new game. So I think we've actually got a little bit of information coming up because we've got, we had some sort of university focused people before, but we've got a little bit more information about employment now, and also about sort of like interviews if you're going for job interviews, but it can also apply to interviews for university if you're going into that next year. And also some information about if you're wanting to repeat year 13. So if your A-level results don't quite come as you are expecting them, clearing is an option, but another option is to repeat year 13 and see if you can sort of improve those results a little bit more. So let's have a little look at what Alex has to say about repeating year 13.
Speaking to Alex, who is a careers advisor, and she goes and helps around at schools. Hello, Alex.
Hi.
Hi. So we're going to get straight into it. Today we're going to be talking about repeating year 13. Firstly, how much of a setback is repeating year 13? Is it quite common for people to do that?
Yeah, it is reasonably common. I mean, it's not, obviously it's lovely if everything goes smoothly and we can go straight on to our chosen course at university, but for plenty of people that doesn't happen. It still allows you to take time to think about things and to give things another go, and to get onto the course that you really, really want, or into the job that you really, really want.
So how would the universities view the retakes? Do they get to see that you have retaken the year?
Yeah, so it's obviously on your application that you've done another year of school. Some university courses don't accept retakes, the very competitive ones, so that's obviously really important to find out first if they will accept retakes. But most universities are happy that you've used that motivation to try and improve your grades, and they generally see people as favourable who've made that extra effort.
How long do you have to make that decision on repeating year 13?
At the very least, I would say you have a week, because you'll get your A-level results on A-level results day. GCSE results day are a week later than that, and that's when schools and colleges and sixth forms are making decisions about who they'll take on for the following year. So, you know, if they're looking at their numbers, then they'll be making those decisions around about that point.
If you did get your results on the day and you knew you had a week to kind of sort things out, who would you go to help you sort things out in that week?
Okay, so I would really suggest, obviously, that you talk to a careers advisor, because their whole aim is to give you impartial advice and guidance, and they can help you work through the pros and cons of the decision that you are thinking about making, and whether it's worth repeating. Remember that some universities offer a year zero in some courses, so that might be a preferable option to staying at school for another year.
So, of course, logistically, it's important to think about what you're going to have to do to retake the year. But is there anything that a student can do to prepare themselves emotionally for retaking the whole of year 13 again?
Yeah, because it can be a bit of a weird feeling, sort of seeing your friends going off to university or into jobs and apprenticeships, and you might feel that you were stuck or that you're on repeat. But you've got to think about, why are you doing that? What's your motivation? And keep reminding yourself of that, because that will help you keep going through the year.
Do students have to retake that year 13 at the same school or college that they previously attended?
So it depends on what courses they're choosing. So if they want to retake the exact same subjects, then they will, unless they can find somewhere else that offers it with the same exam board. So that's the key thing to look into.
If you are retaking the year just for one subject, can you do it on a part-time basis, just going in and out of school?
Yeah, so you need to talk to your school about that and whether they'll let you do that, because for them it may be a funding issue or room or whatever. So it will ultimately be down to your school or college to decide.
Yeah, okay, so thank you very much for your time, Alex, and that's everything to do with repeating year 13, and I'm sure this has been extremely helpful for our MSE viewers. Thank you.
Thank you.
So hopefully Alex was helpful there if you're considering repeating year 13. Next up, we've got some interview tips with Tom.
Hi, welcome back to MSE. Today I'm joined by Tom, a recruitment consultant. And I'm going to talk to him about interviews. Tom, how should people start to prepare for an interview?
I think the main thing that people need is knowledge and information. The more research you do on the company or organisation that's going to be taking you in for an interview, the better.
Where are the best places to find this sort of information before an interview?
I think the best way would be going straight to their website, doing a full scan of everything that they've done. You can use tools like LinkedIn to find individuals within the business. You can also then try and start to piece together a picture of where the business has come from. If you are looking to work for one of the bigger multinational companies, something like Wikipedia that's going to have a lot of information on the work they do, the work they've done, where they've come from.
Is over preparation and predicting questions an issue when heading into an interview?
It depends. I wouldn't say over preparation is an issue. I'd say it's if it leads to any sort of stress or worry about the interview process, then that's where the issue will come in. You can't ever really have too much information about the business that you're looking to apply for.
So in an interview, if you don't hear or understand a question, what should you do?
The best thing is just to be honest and ask say, oh, excuse me, can you repeat that again? One of the techniques that I've used in the past is to say something like, in what context would that be? Or something along those lines to make it seem like you've got more than one answer to what they're asking.
Would you say a first interview is the best place to ask about a salary?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've known there's hundreds of interviews that go on and a second interview isn't even arranged. They'll make an offer from the first interview. So if you don't ask it at the first interview, you might not get another chance. It depends on what the discussion is about because, not every industry is going to be so focused on the salary that they have to offer. There's not going to be room for negotiation in some instances.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm sure this has been very helpful to our viewers at MSE. It's been very helpful for me.
Thank you.
So many thanks for your time, Tom.
So that was some interview tips with our recruitment consultant Tom, but next up we've got what you need to talk to us a little bit more about clearing. Hi, welcome back to MSE. Today we're going to be talking all about clearing and what you need to be doing if you're going into clearing. Today I'm joined with Michelle, who is an editor at What Uni, to help us answer a few of the questions. So Michelle, what exactly is clearing?
Well, clearing is a process whereby students who perhaps didn't get the grades they needed to get into their chosen uni, or a student who's perhaps changed their mind about which uni they want to go to, or simply making a late application to uni, it's a way for them to find places on courses. And it's also a way for universities to fill up spaces on their courses that they may have left over.
how long is clearing open for?
Actually, quite a long time. I think it really surprises people. They kind of think it's just kind of August results days, but it's actually open from this year. It's from the 5th of July to the 23rd of October. So there's plenty of time for students to find a place.
Should clearing be something that students are considering before they get their results?
Definitely. We always advise students to think about clearing ahead of time and don't leave it to your results day. So whether that's the Scottish Highers results day or A-level results day, don't leave it to the last minute. You can never guarantee, as hard as you work, you can't guarantee that you're going to get the results that you want. So it pays to do a bit of research and to look for courses that perhaps you could go to as a backup choice.
Is everyone eligible to go through clearing, or do you have to do something specific to be able to go through it?
There's 4 types of students that can be eligible for clearing. So as I said, it's for students who didn't get the grades they needed for their firm or insurance choices. Then it's also for students who have got better grades, which is fantastic, and they may think, I'm going to try and go to a better uni, so they can use it. And also for students who have just applied after the 30th of June. And finally, also students who didn't get any offers throughout the kind of main cycle application process. There's 4 types of students. And in your UCAS track, you'll be able to see if you are in clearing or eligible for clearing. You'll get a clearing number.
Do students have to add their clearing choices to UCAS before they phone universities then?
No, you should always call the universities first, get a verbal offer over the phone, and the university will say to you, you can now add some clearing, and they'll probably give you a deadline for doing that. Then you can go to track and add your clearing.
Will the offer not stand anymore if students don't put their offer on track by that deadline the university set to them then?
That really depends on the university. They'd probably have to, if they miss the deadline for any reason, they'd probably have to call the university back and maybe get another verbal offer.
Okay, cool. Is it worth trying to contact universities that you haven't contacted at all before?
Definitely. I think clearing is a really good opportunity to kind of explore your options. A lot of people are scared that they won't find any courses in clearing, but there are thousands of courses there. And yeah, it's just a good opportunity to maybe push your boundaries, do something different. But we would always advise that you think very, very carefully before applying to a course at uni. Don't just phone any university up just because they've got spaces. Really consider, will you be happy there before you make that call.
If students are contacting new universities, is there any way they can update their personal statement at all?
They probably don't need to do that, to be honest, because when you're phoning a university, the university will probably make their decision based on your grades and the way you kind of sell yourself on the phone. What's handy is to, before you call a university in clearing, is just to write a few notes of why they should accept you, so your biggest achievements. And also write down why you want to do that course. Don't just ring up and say, I'm applying for this because there's nothing else. Actually have a reason for going and for them to accept you. And you can get that information from your personal statement.
If a student hasn't quite got the grades to go to their first choice university, is it worth contacting that university again through clearing?
Definitely. I would say once you've checked track, if your status hasn't changed and you are worried, call the university, especially if your grades are lower than your conditional criteria. They may still accept you. There may be other points, about you, like your sporting achievements, other academic achievements. They may still take you. So I think it's worth calling the uni. They may also have, even though they might not accept you on your chosen course, they may have different courses with lower entry requirements that you can get into. So it is worth, if you really have your heart set on going to a particular university, to give them a call.
if someone has never gone through UCAS at all before, but they've decided they now want to go to university, is clearing the method they should use?
Definitely. If you haven't applied by the 30th of June, then you're automatically, as soon as you set up a UCAS account, automatically put into clearing. Doing your the process is similar to in-year, except for instead of choosing 5 courses, you can only add 1 clearing choice at a time. And that's obviously after you've spoken to the university.
Yeah, perfect. That's very helpful. I'm sure everything there has been very helpful for all of our MSE viewers, so thank you very much, Michelle.
Pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Hi, I'm Olivia Greenhalgh and I'm going to be part of MSE's amazing GCSE results season coverage. Watch me exclusively live on MSE's YouTube and Instagram. I'll be chatting to you guys and having lots of fun as we all wait for results. MSE will be streaming live every day, including Thursday, as we finally open those envelopes. So join me and hundreds of other GCSE students on MSE. We're with you all the way.
So hopefully Michelle was a bit helpful there if you're considering going through clearing at all. But we have now been joined by Kira, who has finished doing her A-levels and is waiting for her results on Thursday, which is only 3 days' time, which is very scary.
Yeah.
How are you feeling, Kira?
I've tried not to think about it. It's starting to really creep up on me now. I'm getting worried, especially because of all the maths draft that's happening. I'm getting a bit worried about that. I'm just trying to relax the next couple of days, not think about it too much. That's kind of what I'm at the moment.
Yeah. Have you got sort of many plans then to try and help yourself sort of avoid thinking about it?
Well, I'm working on Tuesday and Wednesday for the whole day, so that kind of helps distract you. Yeah, meeting up with friends, that sort of thing. Just genuinely not really giving myself time to think about it.
Yeah, no, that sounds like a good way to avoid thinking about it.
Thanks.
So going back to sort of your A-levels a little bit, did you find when you were doing them that it was quite difficult doing the different ones you were doing, or did they help each other?
Doing maths and physics together definitely helped. I think I probably would have struggled more with physics if I hadn't done maths. Economics was kind of separate to both of them, so I didn't really have too much. They didn't really help each other in that sense. But yeah, definitely physics and maths together helped.
That's cool. And obviously you did a reaction before and after your economics exams, and you weren't feeling too great after your first one. Did you manage to sort of put that out of your mind before doing the second one?
Yeah, that week I had 4 out of my 9 exams, so I didn't really have time to think about it after the exam happened. I just kind of had to get on with it, so that helped.
Yeah. So dealing with 4 exams in 1 week, that must have been sort of quite stressful. Did you have any sort of methods to help your revision in that time?
No.
I just kind of struggled through it.
I just kind of got on with it. It's kind of it was at the stage where I was like, well, I just have to do it because I'm going to have to do them regardless. I had 2 exams in the first day, which was just brilliant. So that was I just kind of had to get on with it. I didn't really have a choice.
So were you quite nervous after obviously all of the things came out with the leaked maths paper? Were you quite nervous as to what would happen with your results around then?
Yeah, look, I was just annoyed. It's unfair for people to get the answers before we do. It annoyed me more than it upset me or worried me because you have to expect it, don't you? It's not the first time it's happened to them, so I'm just, I don't know. I'm just kind of going with it.
Have you sort of been doing a lot of different things like working over the summer then to try and push sort of results out of your mind?
Yeah, I went on holiday for 12 days, so that kind of helped. We were really busy the whole time, and working most of the time, just distracting myself as best I can.
Yeah. So have you got many plans for results day itself then?
So one of my friends actually leaves that day to go to Florida. She's going to university in Florida, and so we're going to go down and say goodbye to her at the airport. Then we're having a meal with some of my friends and their and our mums and then we're gonna go out after that. So it's a good way to celebrate / drown in sorrow.
Well, it sounds like you've got a nice day planned. So hopefully it will all go okay. So are you set on going to your first choice university then, or are you open to options?
I'm not actually too bothered. Bournemouth is my first choice, and then Brighton is my second. But I'm really not fussed either way. I get a lot of people are really, really like wanting to go to their firm, and they don't really like their insurance too much. But I'm kind of like balanced either way. I don't really mind too much.
That's quite good then.
Yeah, it takes the pressure off a little bit because I'm not solely focused on getting into my firm. But I mean, it doesn't mean the pressure's not there.
No, definitely. So. What sort of made you want to go for those universities that you've applied for? Is it the modules that they teach, or?
I am doing event management, so I had to I wanted to really research and see what universities had like the best reputations, and I was gonna go to Bar Spa, but they didn't have the best reputation for event management. And there's this thing, you can compare unis and their courses. And their courses in general were like a lot lower rated than Bournemouth and Brighton. And Bournemouth has quite good accredited. I can't say accredited.
Like
it has
it's
quite
accredited.
Yeah, it has like a good rapport in terms of like event management. So that's why I kind of went for those ones.
So in event management, what sort of things do you like do with that?
So obviously events. You learn about the economics of it. You actually learn about the psychology behind like it. You learn about marketing. You do a bit of law as well. So like it seems quite specific, but there's actually lots of different areas that it picks on, which is why I was kind of interested, because I was gonna just do business management, but then I kind of wanted to focus on something, so it's like focusing on it while still being quite general.
So if it's got a bit of an economics sort of aspect in events management, did you find there was more pressure on economics when you were taking that as an A-level?
Not really, just because it's not like, okay, it is part of it, and it's like an important part of it, but I'm not yet. No, I don't really know what to say. I do really find it pressurizing, because I was like, I kind of know the information. It's just the thing that I struggle with is actually taking the exam and writing it in the exam style. It's not so much not knowing the information.
Yeah. So are you excited about going to university? Are you like set on going to uni then?
I'm kind of in between at the moment. I'm quite scared about it. I'm not really sure if I'm ready. But if I do get in, then obviously I'm just going to go for it. And you have to jump into the deep end sometimes. So that's what I'm just going to try to do.
Yeah. So because you've sort of got a couple of options that you're still looking at which uni to go to, have you started to look into things like accommodation and sort of trying to meet people at Bournemouth, or are you sort of holding back until results have arrived?
No, I've literally put everything on hold until results. I'm just kind of waiting for results. It's so bad I haven't even booked my accommodation yet. I just like haven't thought about it at all. Like, it's getting to the point where it's like 3 days. Oops. But no, I'm just really waiting out for results.
So have you sort of got a plan on how you're gonna go about sorting out accommodation and trying to meet people before uni, or not really?
We'll just figure it out when it comes. I'm just kind of winging it.
So have you got some sort of, are you leaving your friends then, or are you going to similar places that they'll be going to?
No, not really. I know a couple people going that were thinking of going to Brighton, but none of my like close friends are going to Bournemouth or Brighton. So
yeah. So you're going to sort of try just make the most of it before you go to uni, sort of spending time?
Yeah, we're all trying to, because another one of our friends goes the day after results day, so we're all just kind of like trying to spend as much time together as we can before we like separate.
Yeah. No, it sounds good. And you said you seem a bit nervous, but I feel like you seem quite calm.
Thank you.
You're hiding the nerves quite well, which is good.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I kind of just put them on hold, you know. There's no point, for me, I get stressed out about it and I'm like, you know what, there's no point. it's gonna happen. I'm gonna have to deal with the results. Either way, I have backup plans. I'm just trying not to get too stressed about it, because I don't really want my summer to be like revolved around like being stressed about what my results are gonna be.
Yeah,
You still like manage to enjoy your like long summer holidays then, which is
Yeah,
good.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's been so long. I didn't realise how long it had been, but
Are you ready to sort of go back into doing something? You're getting a bit bored yet?
no.
Just enjoying it.
I'm not getting bored.
No.
I think it's because I somehow fill up my time so easily that I'm just constantly busy all the time, and so I haven't really had the chance to be like, oh, I'm kind of bored now.
Right.
Yeah.
No, that sounds cool. Yeah, so do you have any other questions for Kira?
That's interesting. So you know, I like knew before that you were doing events management because you were looking over it, and so you look into like economics and stuff, as you said. So in the future, do you want to go into like what sort of events are you like looking at doing? Is it like corporate things or?
I'm kind of open. I kind of want to be like behind the scenes at the Grammy, like award shows kind of thing. That's kind of what I really want to do. But then also like I'm open to corporate events as well, because I really enjoy like business as well. And so I'm kind of open to corporate, but then also like I really want to be like in that industry.
Yeah, that does sound cool. So I never thought about that. I always was thinking about the like businessy sort of side. But
Yeah. A lot of people are like, oh, so you're going to do weddings then? I'm like, no. No,
Not quite
thank
the
you. I'm good.
Yeah. So obviously you had your GCSE results a couple of years ago, and we've got a fair few people that are having their GCSEs come in 10 days' time. Have you got any advice for them on how to deal with this final bit before their results?
I feel like with GCSEs especially, you always think you're going to do so much worse than you are. I honestly thought I was going to fail most of my GCSEs, and I ended up getting 11. So I honestly don't stress too much about it. GCSEs are just a step to the next level of your life. Like, you know what I mean? I wouldn't stress too much about it.
Yeah. And have you got any advice for people that are starting to do sort of college courses and sixth form and things, and like how to sort of breach the step up?
Yeah. When your teachers tell you to do the work, do it. It's really helpful. You'd be surprised. People tell you to read around the subjects. Try. Just because I feel like if you don't put the work in at the end of the 2 years, you get so stressed, and you're like, oh, I haven't put enough work in. Whereas if you try and keep up to date with it as you're going, and just if you are worried about the step up, your teachers can help you. That's what they're there for. They're there to teach you and to guide you and to help you learn. Like, they're there to support you. So do use them, because they will help you.
Yeah, that's some really good advice.
That is good advice.
Yeah, so I feel like we'll let you enjoy your evening, and it feels like you've got a busy couple of days before you get your results. So hopefully you won't be too stressed now before you get those.
Thanks. I'm hoping.
Good luck with the results.
Good luck.
Right, thanks. Good luck to everyone as well. Bye.
So, I feel like Kira, she's looking good.
Yeah.
I feel like she's doing
She
well. She's got
knows
like
what
everything
she
planned
wants.
as well.
Yeah.
She's got her like contingency plans in place, which is good. But that does mean that it's nearly time to play our new game. I'm very excited about the new game. We will have to bring the wheel in a minute. But do remember, we've got live streams every single evening up until results day. So if you're worried and you're like, I don't have anything to do on Wednesday evening, I'm going to be so stressed. You don't have work like Kira has. We're here. MSE has got the live streams ready for you. And if you want to see a bit more of Olivia, because she was on last night, she's getting her GCSE results in 10 days' time. We're having a live takeover from her from 9 until 10. So after the game, we've got Olivia, so we don't leave you with nothing. But I think, should we get onto our game?
Yeah, shall I bring the wheel?
Let's bring the wheel in. So we've had a fair few guesses at what people think the game is going to be, because this is a brand new game. We have never played this on MSE before, so it is very exciting. Someone's guessed they think it might be the Wheel of Fortune. This may be the Wheel of Fortune for you if you're good at the game and you get all of the answers. Well, you don't need to get all the answers, but you need to be one of the top two. So, if you've never played a game with MSE before, we'll explain a little bit of how it goes. So, what you have to do is to enter, you have to put your answers in the comments, and we choose the top, well, we don't choose, but the first 2 people to get the correct answer will have their name noted down next to a number, and the numbers correspond with the numbers that are on the board. So if you're one of the first 2 people and you're really quick at typing, then you'll be in with a good chance of potentially winning an Amazon prize.
Ooh.
Who doesn't want to win an Amazon prize?
Yeah, you can buy anything with that.
Yeah. So, should we reveal what the game is tonight?
Yes.
The game is... Does it have a name? It's called Country and Capital Cities. That's what we're going to call it.
It's catchy.
Very catchy name. So basically what is going to happen, in the box that is next to us that is very aptly named games, we're going to have an image of a capital city. You then have to comment down below which capital city it is and what country it's from. We need both parts of the answer to make sure that you are the winner. So if you maybe think you know what capital city it is, but you don't know what country it is, maybe hold back.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to give the answers away to the others, otherwise they'll get it.
Take a guess.
Yeah, take a guess. If you
But don't just give one.
No.
Then that's a waste.
We need 2. If you're going to give a guess, you might as well go fully in there. Give us 2 parts to your answer. So, we've got a little practice question, just to make sure you all understand what's going on, and that you'll be nice and prepared when the real questions come out there and the chances of winning a prize come in. So, let's have the practice one up on the screen. Comment down below which capital city and which country you think this is. We need both parts of the answer. And also, we're quite strict with our games, so we need the spellings to be correct.
Oh yeah.
So
type fast, but not too fast.
Quick and accurate it's basically like when you're doing, not quite as stressful as when you're doing your exams, but we like accuracy like they do. We've got a lot of answers in, and it seems like you're all going to be pretty good at this game because almost everyone has got the right answer.
Merlin was first!
Was Merlin first?
She was. Emily actually said Paris, but Emily didn't
Remember,
give us both the capital city and the country.
So if you didn't already guess, this was Paris, which is in France. So Emily, you were so close if it was a real round. What you need to remember next time is to put the country in there, and then you will be in with a chance. And if you weren't here yesterday, Merlin was one of our sort of top scorers, as we may say, because Merlin got almost every single, they were in there at least 4 times. And if you want a chance at winning the prize and getting yourself on the wheel, you're gonna have to try and beat Merlin tonight. So, should we have our first real country and city up on the screen?
Let's see.
Where is this? What city is this one?
Very colourful.
Remember, we're wanting.
I want to go.
I know, it looks like a fun place to go. And if you're all struggling, we have got some clues, but we'll give you a little bit of time. See if you can guess what city and what country it is, and then we may give you a clue. We're getting a lot of different guesses again. A lot of sort of variety in here. I don't think I've seen. Oh, we may have a couple of correct answers, but keep your guesses coming in because we haven't quite got our winners just yet. There are a lot of good guesses in here, though.
This is split. No one knows.
Definitely. I feel like you've all definitely got the hang of the game, though, which is nice. It's good. Have we had?
I think
any
we've officially
correct
had
answers? Have we had 2 correct answers?
2 correct answers.
Let's reveal. What was the correct answer then, Ivy?
It was Copenhagen in Denmark.
So if you got Copenhagen in Denmark, well done to you. The first person to answer, many of you will not be surprised to hear, it was Merlin. I feel like Merlin may just be somewhere sat in the corner of the studio and we're not noticing, because you seem very good at these games. And the second person to get the correct answer was Amy Horsby. So Amy, make sure you stick around. You could get your name up there again. And if you weren't quite lucky that time, we have got many more. So you're still in with a chance. Right.
Shall we see what the next capital city and country is?
Are you gonna get it?
Woohoo! Let's see. Has no one's guessed yet?
Where do we think this is?
To be fair, I don't think I knew this one.
No, I feel like this is quite a difficult one.
We're stepping it up, this one.
Get those guesses coming in, and you're doing very good. You're remembering to put a city and a country, which is good. It's what we need.
Whoa, they all come in at once.
I know, flooding in. We're getting some very quick answers here. I haven't seen a correct answer just yet, so if you're feeling a bit nervous and you think you still win with a chance of beating Merlin, don't worry. We're having a lot of the same kind of answers coming in. People are all sort of agreeing on where they think this city is. Should we maybe give them a little bit of a clue?
Do you think? Yeah.
I don't think I've seen any right answers just yet, so I think a clue may be helpful.
Okay.
Would you like to give them a clue, Ivy?
The clue is, this capital city shares part of its name with its country.
Does that help you at all?
Maybe. Let's see.
Oh, I'm excited to see these answers.
I'll repeat that.
There's some good guesses.
Shares part of its name with its country. So there's a repeat within the capital city and the country.
Yeah.
What could it be?
And remember, we are looking for the city and the country. We're needing both parts. So if you've guessed maybe just the city, we are looking for you to guess the country as well. Otherwise, you will not be able to be in with a chance of being on the board. I feel like you can get it. I feel like... Keep going. We are looking for 2 people to get this fully correct, by the way. So if you haven't...
keep coming in.
We're getting there. Keep your guesses coming in, but I think we may have had it. There have been some very good guesses in here
There is. I think we
have had the correct answer. So the correct answer was in fact Mexico City in Mexico. And the first person to get that right, and we needed obviously the city and the country, that was Hannah Greer. So well done to Hannah. You are number 3 and in with a chance of winning. Is this your lucky night? We'll find out in a little bit. And the second person to get it right was Alana Riggs. So well done to Alana. And also a lot of other people guessed it right, so well done to you guys. Just have to make sure you're slightly quicker with the typing next time.
That one was hard though, I think.
It was a difficult one. So will you find this next one any easier? Here
Let's
it is.
see.
Any guesses as to where this is? Should we have a little Mexican wave for the last one?
With 2 of us?
Yeah.
Does it really work with 2 of us? No. Okay, no one's answered this one yet.
Oh, we're getting a lot of guesses coming in now.
Keep coming.
Keep coming with those guesses. And remember, this is only round number 3 of 7. So there are a lot of chances still for you to get your guesses and get them up on that board. We've had a lot of guesses now, and I can confirm we have had a winner. So the first person to guess was actually the first person to guess overall. Alex Pullen, very well done to you. I didn't say where it was.
No, you didn't reveal.
No. So Alex had guessed that it was Egypt.
Cairo.
So well done to Alex. And the second person to get that right was Alana. So you're doing very well tonight.
Go,
Second
Alana.
time up there.
Right.
There we go. Writing your names down so that we can make sure we are getting this all right and fair.
Right, should we see the next capital city and country?
Will this be your lucky chance?
I wonder. Right.
We've got a lot of sort of a variety of names in there tonight. We don't really have a sort of outstanding person who's sort of getting all of the answers just yet. Well, we've got a few guesses coming in. Keep those guesses. And you're all remembering very well this time. We are wanting the city and the country, so keep those in. And wow, you guys were quick with this one.
Oh, speedy.
So, Ivy, would you like to reveal what city and what country that one was?
It was, in fact, Tokyo, Japan.
Tokyo was amazing. I've been to Tokyo, and when I first saw the picture, I didn't realise it was Tokyo.
Really?
Yeah, which is quite bad of me, but we'll get over that. And Merlin has, in fact, made a comeback. You were the first person to guess that one, and Merlin said it was a very easy one. And the second person was Alex. Alex is doing very well tonight.
I think we've got our geography people.
Geography lads are in here tonight, so you will probably be getting some very good grades in your geography exams if you're getting them this Thursday or next Thursday. So let's reveal the fifth country, well, the fifth city, and remember to put the country in your answer as well.
Let's see.
Come on.
This looks like somewhere I would want to go.
It does look like a very nice
cool.
place. We can get you guys coming in. We have some different names in here. If you haven't sort of got into the top 2 just yet, this could be your chance. Where is this? Have we had any good guesses? We've had a lot of good guesses, actually. Are any of them right, though? Keep those guesses coming in. I think we may have had our top 2.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know if I want to try say this. Do you want to try say this?
I'll have a bash. It is Reykjavik.
It's like Reykjavik.
In Iceland. I can say Iceland.
Iceland.
But you guys obviously knew what it was because you've all spelt it and you've all spelt it right when you've guessed it as well. So very well done to your geography skills there. The first person to have guessed that one right was Emily Bridge. So well done, Emily. And the second person to have got that one, Merlin, at it again. Merlin is unstoppable.
Is there anything you can't do, Merlin? Really?
You seem to be sort of like
let us
the, what is it, jack of all trades.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh, Mick is saying he's sad. He's got 0. You could get one, Mick. This next city could be the one. Maybe you've been there like 6 times and you know it very well. Let's reveal. This is the city. Have you been there? Do you know which city it is and what country it is in?
Merlin takes history. That's why.
Wow, it looks like you have good geography knowledge behind you there as well.
Right, this is the second to last one, so 4 people will be in with a chance.
Come on, guys, if you haven't had it already, this could be your chance to get on the board. We're having a wide variety of guesses for this one. Have we seen any of the correct ones yet, though? That is the real question. There's a lot of good educated guesses in here. We may need to be given a bit of a clue soon, though, because I don't know that we've had any correct ones just yet.
No, not quite yet.
There are some good guesses, and a lot of places I would love to go and visit. Hello, Matcha. Good to see you watching.
Hi, Matcha.
Take a guess, Matcha. You could be in with a chance of winning, and that would make your results week even better. Have we had any good guesses just yet? Has anyone got the right ones?
Oh, I lost concentration.
We are waiting for the 2 top people to guess the answers correctly. So you may still be in with a chance.
Ooh.
Get those guesses in.
I see 2.
Oh, you've only gone and done it, guys. And you've not taken many clues tonight. You're doing very well.
Yeah, wow. We've only got 1 clue, haven't we?
Yeah, only 1 clue. So this city was Wellington in New Zealand. So if you've never seen it before, that's what it looks like. And Alex is back at it again. Alex is the quickest person. And oh, I'm clicking the wrong thing. The second person to guess it correctly was Tayab M. So we've had a new name in there. We've got 2 more slots. 2 more slots. So you could still be. Don't be feeling disheartened if you're not quite on the board just yet. You've still got a chance. Let's have a look at this city and see if you know where it is.
Harvey's
Does
a bit
anyone
confused.
know where this city is? See, Harvey, I'm kind of on the same lines as you. I'm not very good at getting a country from a photo. Keep those guesses coming in because this is your final chance to try and get yourself up on the wheel this evening.
Let's put it at 1.
Let's have it at 1. Let's start it evenly. But don't worry, the fun won't end here because Olivia is going to be doing a live takeover after this, all the way through till 10 o'clock. So there's another hour of fun to come. Keep those guesses coming in. Have we had any correct answers yet? Keep them coming in, because remember, we are looking for 2 people to have the correct guesses. There we go. I think we will now close the entries.
Da-da-da.
As it were.
This is it. It's the final 2
The final
people.
2. Ivy, would you like to reveal which city and which country that was?
Right. If I say this wrong, I'm sorry. Nairobi, Kenya.
I feel like we're on oh, what's it called? Eurovision. Only
Yeah.
with more places.
I should have read up on this.
The first person to get the correct answer was Note to Self.
Note to self.
Note to Self.
Whoever you are.
Well done. You've made it up there just in the nick of time. And the second person to get it correct was Alex.
Again.
Alex has absolutely rocked it tonight. If you did geography, I've got high hopes for your exam, and good luck, because I feel like it'll be good results. So, as we've been going along, I've been writing the first and second person to get the answer correct. Let's read the numbers out so that you know that it is all legit. So, number 1 is Merlin. Number 2 is Amy Hornsby. Number 3 is Hannah Greer. Number 4 is Alana Riggs. Number 5 is Alex Pullen. Number 6, Alana is back at it again. Number 7, we have Merlin. 8, we have Alex Pullen. 9, Emily Bridge. 10 is Merlin. 11 is Alex Pullen. They've got a lot of chances on here tonight, guys. Merlin and Alex Pullen. Will they be up there again tomorrow, though? Only you can tell. Where are we? Then we have Tayab M. Note to Self is number 13, and Alex is number 14. I feel like Alex has got a lot of chances tonight.
Yeah, Alex.
But is he lucky? Because he has 4. Is it 4 chances? He may not be the winner.
Is fate on your side?
Let's find out.
Right.
Give it a little spin. See who has fate on their side tonight.
Wait, which way am I going?
Whichever way you like. Who is it gonna be? Number 2. Does anyone remember who number 2 is? Number 2 was Amy Hornsby. So well done to you, Amy. You've managed to beat Alex and Merlin, who had a whopping amount of chances on there, but you've done it. You've got the prize. To collect your prize, what you need to do is go and find us on Instagram. We are, is it at MSE? I'm just going to double check the @ name so you can find it correctly. It is My Student Events. So go over to Instagram, search My Student Events, and send us a DM to let us know who you are, and we will let you know how you can get your prize. But well done to everyone who's been in there tonight, because you have some great geography knowledge. Very good knowledge. And we've also seen some very nice places that would be very worth visiting. But as we said before, this is not the end of the fun. We have now got another hour with Olivia, so she's having her live takeover, so make sure you stay on YouTube and have a check of that out. But that isn't the end of the live streams for the week, is it?
No.
We have got so many more coming up. We're going to be live again tomorrow night. We're going to be live on Wednesday night all the way through till 2 a.m. So if you're going to be up late, scared about those exams, excited for those exam results, we'll be there with you. And we're also going to be there from 6:30 on Thursday morning. So if you're awake early, we'll be there to kind of ease the nerves a bit, distract you, so you're not too anxious for getting those results. So make sure you are staying calm and checking out the live streams.
Yeah.
Bye.